Okay, so this is a little bit of a vulnerable post, but I'm going to share because someone else might need to hear it, and who knows, it could help. I've been thinking a lot about this poverty mindset that all these influencers and things talk about versus the abundance mindset. I have struggled with that a little bit, to be quite honest with you. Part of me wants to feel really like positive about money and excited and all the things that I can do. And, you know, don't get me wrong, like I do still feel that way, but I'm also realistic. I'm a single mum. I have 2 kids. I work as hard as I can, but I also want to try and, I guess, help my family when I can and my friends. Anyway, I have an abundance mindset, but I don't quite have the abundance yet, basically. I find myself in this position where I'm like, well, I need to watch what I spend and I need to budget, but then I also really want to attract new things into my life and resources and money. Something I found myself that helps me, because I don't really like saying to my kids, oh, I can't afford that, or I can't afford this, or we can't afford to do that. So rather, I reframe it and I tend to tell my kids and myself, no, that's not a priority at the moment. I'm prioritizing money in other areas because I want to do X, Y, Z. Same with when I say go to the shops, or if I want to, you know, when I'm buying things or when I'm getting groceries and paying bills and all the rest of it. So rather than thinking, oh my God, I've got to spend $200 on this, or, you know, $100 on groceries, or this bill is XYZ, I've started to look at it like, wow, I'm actually so lucky that I have a roof over my head and that I am paying rent, because like I pay rent to my parents, right? So I'm like, that is so good, because then that's helping them with their bills. And then if I can pay a little bit extra, then I pay a little bit extra. Or food. Yeah, okay, so now I'm getting this nourishing food that I can feed myself and my kids with. How lucky am I that I've got access to good fruit and vegetables, and I've got those resources. So like, I've just done my grocery shopping, and, you know, like everyone spend a ridiculous amount of money. I come home and I unpack them and I'm like, how good is this? Now I've got all this food and I worked really hard to get this. So I'm extremely grateful that I have a job and that I have money coming in, that I can do this, and now I can cook a really beautiful dinner. I just think being resourceful and having that mindset can go so far. So I think rather than going, you know, I don't have enough, or I'm, you know, I have to scringe and save and do all of that, like reframe it a little bit. I look at it more like, rather than trying to scrimp and save, then I'm like, no, I'm actually really resourceful. I'm getting really good at my money. And I haven't always been that way, I admit, especially when I first got out of my relationship and was on my own. I haven't always been the best with money. No, absolutely not. Because, you know, I had 2 incomes and I didn't have to stress about it so much. And I also found when I began my own journey, I wanted to try and give my kids everything and like have all the best things and have these amazing bedrooms, and I wanted to say yes to everything. So, and that's that materialistic side, right? Like, I haven't always been the best with that, and I admit, but I'm really working to get better at that too. So yeah, anyway, I hope that might help someone. I don't know if it does, but I think, yeah, focusing on that resourcefulness side of things that you are, because often when we are trying to get ourselves